Hey, what's happening out there, YouTube? Carlos C&L Small Engine Repair and Lawn Care. Um, make this video today because kind of needing some help here, fellas. And I'm gonna call on some of the big guns, man. I mean, this is my first year in full-time lawn care, and every year you learn something, man. I've learned a lot, just this year alone. So just not about like not how to actually cut a lawn or anything like that, but this is more towards the business side of things. I think your first year, you go out and you can do the work. I mean, the work is not a problem. Um, there's not a whole lot of problem getting the work. I mean, we're up to about, I think we got 18 lawns, something like that. So I mean, I'm not setting the world on fire, but that being said, now that it's starting to wind down, the season kind of winding down, guys, we haven't had any rain to speak of around here, and I can't remember when. I'm guessing like 3 weeks. I mean, the lawns are burnt up. And West Virginia, we don't get a whole lot of 90s, especially mid to upper 90s. I mean, we get 90, 92 or something like that in August, but man, we've just been in a heat wave. I mean, it's been in the 90s, it seems just like just about every day. I mean, it is just ridiculous. I mean, the heat out there yesterday, what time was it? Probably, I'm going to guess, around 3 o'clock. I went to a football game. My grandkids were playing a football game there, and got back in the car, and the car was reading 104. Guys, we don't get those kind of temperatures up here. I mean, we just don't. You're looking at our average for this time of year is about 78 degrees, and it's been in the mid 90s and no rain, none. I mean, and we're not expecting any. The weatherman, I just watched the weather just a little while ago, and he said it looks like we might get a 20% chance of rain next Monday in a week. I mean, it is just ridiculous, the heat, man, and how dry and everything it is. But I've got a lot of customers too, and this is why I'm making the video. I made up some lawn contracts I'm gonna get people to sign next year. That's what these are, and I'm gonna read these things to you, man. And like I said, I'm calling out the big guns. I mean, I don't really think that the big guns watch my channel, but if there's any way I can get them to watch the channel, maybe give them a shout out or something like that, and they'll hear about it through the grapevine. Hey, this little guy down here. But anyway, guys like Jonathan from Florida Turf Pros, Brian's Lawn Maintenance, even Spencer's a big gun, stuff like that. But it just seems like Jonathan is more geared on Florida Turf Pros. He's more geared, his videos are more towards the business side of things, and that's what I need help on. I'm just not saying him. Guys, any of you guys out there that can help, man. But this is the wall that I'm running into. I bid all these lawns on a weekly mow, and now that it's dry, now that the grass isn't growing, I understand that people are like, we don't really need it cut, man, don't worry about it. Well, I understand that part, but I mean, shoot, man, I'm running a business here. You know what I'm saying? I got to eat. So I made up these lawn agreements because I think it's messed up that in the spring, when the grass is growing, up here we got, tall fescue is 90% of it, and perennial rye and stuff like that. So in the spring, this stuff is thick and it's heavy. I mean, it grows fast. I've got customers in the spring, man, that it's like I'm double cutting their lawn every week. And I just think it's a crock, man, that, you cut the lawn all this time through the spring and the early summer, you're double cutting. And then when the grass is kind of slows down, I mean, maybe this is just the way the business goes. I don't know. But anyway, let me read you these lawn agreements that I typed up. And if you guys, man, if y'all can help out in any way, if you got any advice or anything out there, anybody, I don't care, shoot it to me, man, because I need some advice on this. But anyway, I'm also changing the name I'm splitting because this year I had been doing the C&L small engine repair and lawn care. Well, next year I'm going to split the lawn care off as a DBA, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that. But I mean, if you guys got any advice on that too, I mean, because I'm trying to run two businesses, man. And it's hard to keep track of your P&L, your profit and your loss when you are doing both sides. I mean, I've kind of kept up with that somewhat, but man, your first year, man, like I said, you go out and you do the work, you're making the money, but you really haven't took a good look at your business. Well, now I'm taking a good look at my business because I have time. And I'm like, well, shoot, I can't decipher which is which. And I definitely know that I'm losing money on the lawn care side. I'm not losing money. I'm just not making good money on the lawn care side because most of my people are down to every 2 weeks. And I've even had a few of them say, man, if this is dry like this, man, I understand the drought and all that. But anyway, here's the lawn care agreement I wrote up. It says 2020 lawn care agreement, Green Acres Lawn Care. I think that's what I'm going to name my company's Green Acres Lawn Care on the lawn care side. This agreement is to protect both parties of any misunderstandings or disputes of services and payments. 1. All quotes are given for a weekly service unless other arrangements are made at time of quote. And then, of course, there's subsection A. In the event of lawns being missed due to weather or on the behalf of Green Acres Lawn Care, the customer will receive service at next scheduled week or as work permitting and will not be charged for overgrown lawn. In the event that the customer requests that lawn services be serviced bi-weekly after the weekly quote is given and accepted, they will be a fee of half pay increase. Example, if it's a $40 lawn, on a weekly, if that's what I bid them, and they said, yeah, cut it weekly for $40. Then towards this time of the season, they say, we want it cut every 2 weeks. Well, I'm putting it up to 60. 60 for a bi-weekly. Because if I went to them people and at the beginning of the year and I said, they said, I want it cut every 2 weeks. Well, of course it's going to be higher because you're going to have to double cut this crap. You're going to have to double cut these lawns. And I put, this is to cover time loss and excessive wear to equipment. Number 2, many times in the spring, lawns need to be double cut due to rapid growth, even on weekly services. Subsection A. In the event that double cuts are necessary, Green Acres Lawn Care will not charge extra for these cuts if the lawn has not been watered or fertilized by the customer. Because I run into this too. I mean, they say, oh no, we didn't fertilize it. Well, you can look and see the little pellets, the little granulars. I mean, they're killing it with the Scott's Turf Builder or whatever they're using, the little pellets. You can see the little pellets where they're out there fertilizing the lawn. Here we are double cutting. A grass, you cut it 1 week, you go back, it's grown 3 inches, 4 inches. You're like, so you're having to double cut this stuff. Then I put, in the event of subsection B, in the event that lawn does need double cut due to customer watering and fertilizing, there will be an extra charge for the service of half price of weekly service. Example, same as 1B, which would be the $40 a week or $60 if I have to double cut it because of them fertilizing and watering their lawn all the time. Then I did put in parentheses, customer can sign off on these double cuts and lawn will be serviced as a 1 cut only. And there's a place for them to sign off. This is the thing, guys. Even though that they sign off on it, their lawn is still going to be, my mower only goes to 4 inches. That's the highest I can cut one. So if I cut it 1 week and I cut it at 3 inches, and then I go back and it's grown 3 or 4 inches, then I'm still looking at cutting a 6-inch lawn, and what are you going to do? Are you going to double cut it for nothing? Or because they want it cut every 2 weeks? Or are you going to charge them more for it? Well, of course you're going to charge them more for it. Now they can sign off, but even if they sign off, the lawn's still going to look like crap. I don't care what kind of mower you're running out there, guys. I run the best blades, and right now I'm not running the greatest mower, but it cuts a nice lawn. I've got that thing tuned in, and I can cut a good lawn with it and make it look good. But I don't care who you are out there, man. You're cutting a 7 or 8 inch lawn. it's hard. You're just going to leave clippings everywhere. There's no way to mulch a wet lawn that's 7 or 8 inches. Um, and then if you don't double cut it, then you got all this extra grass piled up all over the place and it looks like crap. And, somebody drives down the road and says, geez, man, I don't want that guy cutting my grass. That looks terrible. Because they don't know that, the customer said, oh, I don't want it cut that deep. Or that many times, I don't want it double cut. I'm not willing to pay for that. So, it's just one of them things. That's one of the things of it. And here's my opening page. I'll go ahead and read it to you. It is the goal of Green Acres Lawn Care to provide you, the customer, with the very best lawn service possible. With this being said, we have 2 plans of lawn care to choose from. Guys, and I don't even like doing this, but I'm going to tell you why I'm doing it. Man, West Virginia is not like the most prosperous state, okay? I mean, they've killed the coal mines around here. Now, when the coal miners was running, these coal miners make some stupid money. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, you got boys that's 20, 21 years old out there being a roof bolder, knocking down $120,000, $130,000 a year. I mean, these boys are straight out of high school. They ain't got a lick of college or nothing else behind them. But now, it's a dangerous job, man. A roof bolder goes in, if you know anything about the coal mines, a roof bolder goes in, and that's what he's doing is bolting, putting big old long 4 or 5 foot bolts up through the top to keep the coal from falling down on other people. So the mountain falling down, big chunks of it and stuff. So they're drilling a hole up through there, and then they, push the bolt up in there. But that's what they do. So, but anyway, I get into all that. But I give them 2 to choose from because just the economics around here. One is called a mow and go. One, mow and go. We will mow the lawn and trim only around structure of home, sidewalks, and fences. All you're doing is going in, mowing the lawn, trimming the lawn, and you gone. Mow and go. This is the least expensive service to maintain your lawn. Then number 2 is a full service. This is what I would prefer to do as a full service. We will mow the lawn, trim entire property that has been quoted. Because you run into that, guys. They're always wanting to add, oh, well, I didn't tell you that even on the outside of the fence, I own 2 foot on either side, all the way around my property. I recessed the fence line inside my property 2 feet. So now you got to mow it. I mean, who's got a 2 foot mower? You're either going to have to weed eat it, or you're going to have to go to the neighbor and say, hey, look, I didn't know that Mr. So-and-so fence was set inside. Is it okay because I'm going to mow some of your lawn too if I use a riding mower or any kind of mower on it other than weed eating, 6 inches to a foot, 2 foot, whatever. That's quoted because they always want to throw that crap in on you later. And I put edge all sidewalks, driveways, blow remaining grass from sidewalks, porches, and driveways. This is the best service to maintain your lawn. And then, of course, I go into Green Acres Lawn Care also has other services that require an extra fee. I mean, should you be charging extra? I do. I already charge extra for this stuff. But this way I'm getting it on an agreement because I've run into this a couple of times this year. Trimming hedges, which can also be added to your weekly full service amount. I mean, do you guys throw in trimming hedges into your every week? Or, how do you do that? Mulch, paid by the square foot and per man-hour rate. Maintaining flower beds, pulling weeds and straightening or adding mulch. Do y'all guys add that to your quote for the first, when you first go and look at a new property? Are you adding that in? I don't know. Plus, on maintaining flower beds, that's pulling of weeds, straightening and adding mulch, paid by man-hour. I don't see any way really to quote maintaining a flower bed. I mean, it may never get a weed in it, not one, all year, which probably not going to happen, but it could happen. So instead of just quoting that off, I just put, paid by man-hour rate. And then I put, thank you for your business, Green Acres Lawn Care. Guys, if you got anything, and of course, the customer will get a copy of this, and I'll keep a copy on file in that customer's file. If you've got any suggestions, throw them at me, man. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know how you do it. And hopefully, this does catch the eyes. I'm not saying that, the guy Jonathan from Florida Turf Pros is any better a businessman than anybody else out there. Or some of us, I shouldn't say you, some of us small guys out there. I mean, we got some good ideas and things too. But Brian's lawn maintenance. I know that guy. I mean, come on, man. I remember watching Spencer talk about. He started off with a riding tractor and an old beat up trimmer and a broom. I mean, there's all kind of success stories out there. Well, these guys that's got these success stories, man, they're not stupid. They done this the right way, and that's why their business is growing the way it is. And that's where I'm wanting to take my business. I want to take my business to the next level. Well, I understand. I don't know it all. So I'm asking for help out there, guys. Anyway, man, I know I done took up about 15, 16 minutes of your day. And but if you can help me out, I'd appreciate it. Holler back at me. As I always close all my videos, no matter what you do it for the glory of God. Without Him, there is none of it is possible. So until next time, CNL is out.